Ready?
Yep. So we're on the second day of the build for this stand, and this is the setup we're using to do the free air welding because we don't have a layout table. So what we got is magnetic square, which they aren't really that square, so I don't rely on them to be square, but it's great to hold on to things. We're using this piece of tubing clamp with 2 vice grip squeeze clamps to make sure it stays flat. Then what we'll do is we'll end up tacking it here and here. This will build one side of the stand. Jake, go ahead, tack that. So we're holding it all in a workmate because we don't have a layout table. We had no place to put one in this little 1-car garage. Now that's the first one done, and that'll be the second one. So Jake's going to check that again to make sure it's square. So if anybody else got any other ideas on how they do basically on-site welding and fitting without having the capability of checking for square, or be able to clamp stuff down to a table before you tack it.
This is how we do it.
This is how we do it. We used to do this building, fabricating race car chassis as well. That's all the cut material. We're making a single stand, which will be for breeding pens, or breeding cages, or buck cages. And then the next one will be a double-decker for grow out.
Bunnies out of their cage today, Jake?
Yeah, the bunnies are running around. So that's where we are now. We'll keep updating as we go along. So this is the first stage. This is getting the outside frame made, and I'll keep videoing. I'm going to try to splice all this together. What?
There, I'll take a video.
So there we are. That's our setup for now, and we'll keep going as we go. Okay, hit the button, stop. Here's another view of the setup. See the magnet right there? This is a piece to keep it flat. Piece of tubing that we had left over. Vice grip clamps, pinch clamps here and here. Square is there, nice and square, nice and flush. Look at that, beautiful, all the way down. And this has been tacked down here. This is all sitting in a Workmate 350 we bought off of Craigslist or Kijiji, whatever, Canada we call it Kijiji. Craigslist for I think we paid 25 bucks for this thing. Immensely useful. There's the other end.
And we'll square it up and see how it is. And
Yeah, we'll square all that up. Then we'll put the centerpiece in. The top will be mostly done. Throw the legs on. So that gives you an idea. This moves pretty quick. It's not as good as having a clamp down table.
we'll get there.
So if any haters out there don't like the way we're doing it, tough. This is the way we do things. This is the way we do field work when there's no clamp down tables available. You got to make do. You got to do with what you got, and you got to improvise. And that's the way it goes. So Jake's going to go ahead and tack that, Jake. Again, the welder we're using is a Lincoln Power MiG 255. It's a few years old now.
Doesn't have the bells and whistles of the newer stuff, the hot start and all that. This wire's a little shitty. There's no hot start on this.
Yeah, the wire we got here has been sitting around
In the
for
race car days.
5 years and rusted in a damp garage, so we're gonna get ready to use it up. So there we go, working on the rabbit stands. Just gonna weld in the angle iron. This is the angle iron holds the waste pans up under the cages. And they slide out on the angle iron. So we're welding that in now. the inside of that leg.
You sure you want to do there?
Yep. Just relax. Yeah, we had this piece in here in the top at 25 inches, which is the width down here. And we had to force this piece in here, and as he was welding, it relaxed, and this piece literally fell out. So that gives you an idea how much the material's moving around. Because it's thin square tubing. It's not. It's only 90 wall. Well, that gives you an idea of. I'll just check this as soon as he's done welding there, see if it moves. And we're trying to clamp it around as much as we can to keep the distortion to a minimum, but it is what it is. Here, try and put that back in.
Perfectly.
It pulled it out. So there you go. So he's going to weld this corner in here, and then this corner in here. But the tubing's moving around by a quarter of an inch, so you got to try to hold it down as much as you can from moving around. That's just the nature of the beast. We're using 035 ER70S-6 wire. Settings are 275 on the feed. The voltage, I believe, is around 18 volts for the setting. It seems to be okay. But yeah, 17.8 for the voltage. The wire in this welder is extremely old, and I'm going to say it's probably rusted. 035 wire, that's what we're using. So we're getting a little bit of sputtering, not too bad though. It's doing a decent job. So that'll give you an idea of the welds we were capable of doing. And it's coming together fine. I mean, if you had to, you could do this in stick or flux core, whatever you got. The MIG isn't the nicest, obviously, and it's doing a good job. So there you go. That table's coming along nicely, or stand's coming along nicely. I'll keep the video rolling as we go along. I don't know how this is going to edit well. I'm shooting this on
we're laid off next week.
Android phone, so
One more week off, so they're just extending it. They don't know what they're doing.
all right. So anyway,
Free eye.
so we're in the middle of the coronavirus nightmare.
So we're building rabbit hutches.
So we're building our rabbit hutch to supply. We built the utility trailer. It's almost done. We had to switch over to rabbit hutches because the little rabbits are growing out. I'll do a little video on the little rabbits soon, probably today or tomorrow. Maybe we'll get my grandson in there to help us feed the rabbits, and we'll do a little bit of a cute video of that. But we are on coronacation, as I like to call it, due to the virus. So we're just getting done what we can. Had to put a new battery in the quad. That didn't work out, so the quad's getting ready. It's sitting there. Got a new battery for it. Put a Deca something or other. I can't remember what it's called. We tried to resurrect the old battery. I did a video on that, and it seemed to be okay, but then it froze again. And you know, living in Canada, that was it. So anyway, so there you go. We'll be back as we move along. So see you in a bit. Okay, this is the other. This is the center of the stand, and there'll be a tray. There'll be a tray for the waste pans. So there'll be another piece of angler, and it'll go right here, and then there'll be that one. That'll be for the left side. That'll be for the right side. So there that is. Pans welded in. Jake's just welding in the center pieces. So if you want, I'll do a list of the dimensions in the description of the video. And then you can put together your own if you like this style. It works well with the cages. It's all been designed to go with the cages, to go with the nominal measurements that you get out of the cages by cutting the wire on a 1-inch increment. Now this is two cages side by side. The next one we're going to build tomorrow is going to be a double-decker, and it will be slightly different because it's going to be for grow-out pens for smaller rabbits as the rabbits get older. So this is almost done now. We're going to get this welded in, and then we'll be a lot further ahead. So this is all pretty simple stuff. Basically anybody can do this at home. The material is 1/8 2x2 angle, 1.5 inch, 090 wall, square tubing, and that's it for material. So we only use 2 different kinds of material in this. Relatively cheap to put together. I won't give you a price of the steel that we pay just because it's not relevant, because it'll be different from where you are. But you can call your local steel supplier and they'll give you an idea. So anyway, there we are, and I'll keep the video rolling as we get done, but there's the next step. Like I said, if you're interested in the dimensions, I'll put them in the description. Thanks. Stand by. Well, here it is finished. Threw a coat of paint on it. The reason why we wanted to paint it, one, it looks good, and two, the rabbit urine is very, very corrosive. Seems to cause a lot of rust. So you'll see the other one when we take it out of service, and then we'll do a quick paint job. This is just a real down and dirty paint job. Old can of red paint. Threw it on there. Massey Ferguson red. There's a trailer we were working on the other day. We'll get back to that probably as soon as we get finished with these two. So these fingers you see in here, the cage will sit on top of those like that. So there's 4 of those. The angle iron here, the tray, the pans will slide in on that, and then as I said before, the cage drops in from the top. So the whole thing probably took, with cutting time with the chop saw and assembly, about 4.5 hours to assemble, mostly because we're not set up very efficiently. You can see I missed a couple spots of the paint there. We'll get that tomorrow. I just slapped this on with a brush. I'm not set up. I got everything for spraying, but I didn't want to break out the spray equipment because it makes too much of a mess. Sorry about the engine noise in the back. That's the quads running up. We're getting ready to clean up for the day. So there it is, finished. Like I said, if you have any questions, please use the comments below, and I'll try to get back to them right away. But that's the final of this. Is just the single one, the side-by-side one, and then I'm building one that's going to be a quad, so it'll be 2 rows of 2, and that's the one we're going to start on tomorrow. So that's the one you'll see next. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed what we've shown you. I could probably do a little bit better in depth, but it's really hard to do work and camera at the same time. So I hope this gives you some ideas, something to work on yourself. Like I said, if you have any questions, please let me know. We will get back to you tomorrow with the rest of the other builds, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye now.